Today I'm going to show you on how I got 29 kills and 12 deaths with a KD ratio of 2.42 using the best Kilo 141 class setup. So stay tuned until the end because I'll be showing you exactly the attachments that I used as well as the best perks to use alongside in this class setup. So I've been searching for the best Kilo 141 class setup and I have found it because this one gives me the best mobility as well as keeping my recoil under control. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly on everything you need to do to get the best Kilo class setup and to get as many kills as possible in Modern Warfare. Literally guys, the first 2 games that I played using this Kilo 141 weapon, I had 29 kills, 12 deaths in Cranked, and then I also had 33 kills and 11 deaths in kill confirmed. So that just goes to show on how powerful this Kilo 141 best class setup is. Hey guys, it's the Unknown here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below to join the Ghost Army on this YouTube channel. Now let's not waste any more time and let's dive straight into the attachments that I have equipped on the Kilo 141 assault rifle. Now for the first attachment that I have equipped on this weapon is the SynGuard Arms Whisper, and this is a heavy duty integrated suppressor with a monolithic core, increases muzzle velocity while maintaining a low sound signature. By having this attachment equipped on the Kilo 141, the pros that you will get is sound suppression and bullet velocity. These 2 pros means that you'll be able to run around the map more stealthy because your bullets will be less noticeable and you'll be able to keep the bullet velocity fairly high. Which means by keeping the bullet velocity high, you'll be able to get your bullets off at a faster rate, which is exactly what we want, especially when we are traveling around the map at a fast pace and by being stealthy as well. And that's where the sound suppression helps us, by being stealthy. And the only con you get by having the SynGuard Arms Whisperer equipped as a barrel attachment is your aim down sight speed is fairly reduced. But don't worry about that because I have other attachments equipped on the Kilo 141 which will help you to get your aim down sight speed increased. Moving on to attachment 2, which is under the laser section of the attachments for the Kilo 141, and I've gone with the tac laser. And like I said in the last attachment that we had equipped, it gave us a slight decrease to the aim down sight speed, but by having the tac laser equipped, your aim down sight speed will be increased. So let me give you a quick brief description of what the tac laser is and what it does. The tac laser is a high power 5mW tactical green laser, improves accuracy while aiming down sights, exposes position when active. So that's the only negative you get by having the tac laser equipped on the Kilo 141, is that your laser will be visible to enemies when you are aiming down sights with this weapon. But the pros that you get while having the tac laser equipped as an attachment, it just outweighs the cons by miles, because the pros that you get is aim down sight speed increased, your aim instability is increased, as well as your aim walking steadiness, which is perfect for playing quick and rushing around the map in Modern Warfare. And what you will notice when using this best class setup for the Kilo 141 is all the attachments are balanced while allowing you to play as fast as possible around the map. Also guys, make sure to stick till the end to make sure to know exactly on what perks that I use, as well as the tacticals and lethals, which will also help you to get in more kills while using this Kilo 141 best class setup. Now moving on to the third attachment of this class setup, which is under the stock section of the attachments, and I've gone with no stock. Choosing no stock guys is a no-brainer because when it comes to using no stock, this is the ultimate run and gun modification when agility is more important than precision. Removing the stock greatly increases movement. And remember guys, this Kilo 141 class setup is specifically made for those who like to play aggressive and quick around the map. It also suits those players who like to play passive, because I was playing passive as well as aggressive, as you can see in the gameplay shown in this video. But this class setup is definitely not for those players who like to sit back at the end of the map and just camp, because it's not that kind of class setup. This class is best when it's used at short range or medium range. But the pros that we get by using no stock on the Kilo 141 is better movement speed and increased aim down sight speed, and the cons that you get is aim instability and recoil control. But like I said, I have chosen attachments that help to balance the performance of this weapon while boosting the mobility of this class setup. Because if you didn't use the no stock attachment, then this will greatly reduce your mobility while using the Kilo 141, and that's definitely not what we want with this class setup. Now moving on to the fourth attachment that we have equipped on the Kilo 141, and this is under the rear grip attachment section on the Kilo, and I've chosen to go with the stippled grip tape, and this is a stippled pistol grip tape, maintains control when performing high speed maneuvers, less stable but very agile. So as you can guess, the pros that we get by using the stippled grip tape is better aim down sight speed and better sprint to fire speed. And the sprint to fire speed is a massive pro for us guys, because if we do run into any awkward situations where we come up and close to our enemies, so if we do run around the corner and we do run into an enemy, then this will obviously help us to get our weapon up a lot faster. Therefore, we will be able to get our shots off at a quicker rate, making it easier to kill enemies in close quarters combat. And the only con we get by having the stippled grip tape equipped as our rear grip attachment is the aim instability is slightly reduced, but that's not a massive problem for us because we've already covered attachments that improve aim instability, so it's all about balancing the attachments out and making this gun mobile as possible while keeping the recoil under control. Now moving on to the fifth and final attachment that we have on the Kilo 141 class setup, and I've gone with the Commander foregrip, which is under the underbarrel section of the attachments for this class setup. And the Commander foregrip is a heavyweight angled grip, keeps the weapon steady while aiming and helps maintain control during heavy fire, which is perfect for us because the pros you get while using the Commander foregrip is a recoil stabilization as well as aim instability, and the only con you get is movement speed, but we've got other attachments once again covering the movement speed, so having that as our con won't affect our playstyle much when it comes to using this Kilo 141 best class setup in Modern Warfare. Now that's it for the main attachments on the Kilo 141 class setup, but I'm going to move on to the secondary weapon now, and also the perks and the lethal and the tactical that I like to use alongside the Kilo 141. This is just as important as the main attachments that we use on the Kilo, so make sure to stay tuned so you know the rest of my class setup to get more kills in Modern Warfare. Now, for the secondary weapon, guys, I like to use the .357 Akimbos when it comes to playing multiplayer, but when I like to play Warzone, I may change this secondary weapon to an RPG-7, only because I like to use the RPG in Warzone, because I find it to have more benefits, as in it can blow up cars, and it can crack enemies' armor and stuff like that. So if you are playing Warzone, I do suggest going with the RPG-7 as your secondary weapon, but if you want to use the .357 Akimbos in Warzone as well, that is no problem. But personally, I like to use the .357 Akimbos in multiplayer. Now, with the secondary out of the way, guys, let's move on to the perks that I like to use with the Kilo 141 class setup. And the perk number one, I've gone with Quick Fix, because what Quick Fix will do is it will help you to play more aggressive, because whenever you have Quick Fix equipped, whenever you kill enemies or whenever you are capturing and holding objectives, it will start your health regeneration rate. Therefore, you don't have to worry, and it won't slow you down as much if you didn't have Quick Fix equipped. So you can stay in the fight for longer, making it easier for you to play more aggressive and to rush around the map. Now, if I were to be playing Warzone, I would suggest using the Cold-Blooded perk as perk number one, because you are in the open a lot more whenever you're playing Warzone, and by having Cold-Blooded equipped, you will be undetectable by AI targeting system and thermal optics, so you can hide from those nasty snipers in Warzone. Now, moving on to perk number two, guys, I like to use the perk Hardline, because by using Hardline, you'll be able to earn your kill streaks with one less kill, and this is a lot easier whenever you're playing aggressive around the map in multiplayer. But if you don't want to use Hardline, I would suggest using Ghost, and I would suggest using Ghost as well if you were to play Warzone, because by having Ghost equipped, you will be undetectable by UAVs as well as radar drones and heartbeat sensors. So this is a must-have perk as perk number two whenever you're playing Warzone, because it will help you out a lot more to stay stealthy and to help you survive for longer whenever you're playing Warzone. When it comes to using perk number three, guys, I like to use Battle Hardened whenever I'm playing multiplayer or Warzone, Battle Hardened is good for both game modes, because what Battle Hardened will do is, it will reduce strength of enemy flashes, stuns, EMPs and gas effects, and you'll also be immune to snapshot grenades. So by having Battle Hardened equipped as perk number 3, it will help you to win your gunfights more whenever you get flashed by an enemy, and it will just overall greatly reduce the strength of enemy flashes, stuns, EMPs and gas effects as well. So with the perks out of the way, guys, let's move on to the lethal section of this class setup for the Kilo. And I like to use Semtexes because whenever I use a Semtex, it's a timed sticky grenade. So if you throw this Semtex, it's a lot faster to throw than a usual grenade because you have to wait around for the usual grenade to cook up. So a Semtex is easier and faster to use, and it also sticks to your enemy as well. So if your enemy runs into his teammates, then you can get more kills that way as well. And as for my tactical, I like to use the stim, because what the stim does is it will help to regenerate your health a lot faster whenever you inject yourself with this stim, and it will also refresh your tactical sprint, so that will help you to rush around even faster as well, and to make sure that you're playing as aggressive as possible whenever you're playing multiplayer or Warzone. So that's it, guys, for the Kilo 141 class setup in multiplayer and for Warzone. If you enjoyed today's class setup video for the Kilo 141, make sure to hit that like button down below, and also subscribe and turn the bell notifications on to have a chance of winning 5,000 Call of Duty points as soon as this YouTube channel hits 500 subscribers. Also, I want to know your best KD ratio whenever you used this Kilo 141 best class setup, so make sure to drop a comment down below leaving your KD ratio. So that's it for today's YouTube video, guys. It's been The Unknown, and I'll see all you ghosts in my next YouTube video. Ta-da.